Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Today we will start our new chapter, which is overview of fats and oils. Let's begin. What are lipids? They are nonpolar, water-insoluble compounds. They're composed of carbon, hydrogen, and a very small amount of oxygen. The two key components that make simple fats are glycerol and fatty acids. When the glycerol and fatty acids are linked together, they form an ester. You can see here a compound of glycerol along with fatty acid is making an ester of triglyceride. What is glycerol? Polycystic alcohol that contains 3 carbon atoms, each of which is joined to a hydroxyl group. You can see in the formula written over here कि 3 कार्बन एटम के साथ 3 हाइड्रोक्सिल ग्रुप जो हैं वो ज्वाइन है. This compound is known as glycerol. Likewise, fatty acids क्या हैं? ये ऑर्गेनिक कंपाउंड्स हैं जिनमें कार्बन की रेंज जो है वो 4 से 24 तक हो सकती है. जो सबसे छोटा कंपाउंड है जिसमें almost 2 carbon atoms होते हैं, it is known as acetic acid, while the compound which is largest in number, around 20 to 24 carbon atoms, is known as arachidonic acid. Some fatty acids are saturated fatty acids, while other may be unsaturated like mono and polyunsaturated fatty acids. जैसे नाम से ही आपको पता चल रहा है, सैचुरेटेड फैटी एसिड्स ऐसे फैटी एसिड्स हैं जिनके सारे कार्बन एटम्स जो हैं वो ऑक्युपाइड हैं ऑलरेडी विद हाइड्रोजन एटम, और उसमें इतनी गुंजाइश नहीं है कि उसमें और कोई आउटसाइड कंपाउंड आके उसको ज्वाइन कर सके. ठीक है. While the mono and polyunsaturated fatty acids, they may have one or two bonds in it. Means अगर एक कार्बन एटम है, like you can see here the structure of saturated fatty acids, जो कि है मेरिस्टेटिक एसिड, जिसमें आप देख सकते हैं कि ये जो आपको वेव्स नजर आ रही है, दिस वेव line is representing the carbon atoms which are joined with the hydrogen atoms. इसी तरह palmitic acid में भी और lauric acid में भी, ये सारे कौन से हैं? Saturated fatty acid है जिसमें आपको कहीं पे भी कार्बन एटम के साथ डबल बॉन्डिंग नहीं दिख रही. लास्ट में जो आपको डबल बॉन्ड दिख रहा है ये हाइड्रोक्सिल ग्रुप है, राइट? So what are unsaturated fatty acids? Lack of hydrogen relative to the amount that can be held, a situation characterized by a double bond between two carbon atoms in the fatty chain. और जब two carbon atoms के बीच में double bonding होती है तो it means it has a capacity to take up another hydrogen atom by converting the double bond into a single bond. The examples of unsaturated fatty acids are oleic acid, linoleic acid and linolenic acid. इनकी जो डबल बॉन्ड्स हैं उनमें वेरिएशन है. जो मोनो अनसैचुरेटेड फैटी एसिड है उसमें जो डबल बॉन्ड होता है वो एक होता है पूरे फैटी एसिड की चेन में. लिनोलेक में जो है वो डबल होते हैं, 2 होते हैं डबल बॉन्ड्स, और लिनोलेनिक में जो है वो 3 डबल बॉन्ड्स होते हैं. Here you can see the structure of unsaturated fats. So there are few examples of fatty acids as per the amount of double bonds present in them. Eicosapentaenic acid, docosahexaenic acid, conjugated linoleic acid, they are different because of the double bond which is present in them. What is melting point? Melting point is stated as the temperature at which the crystals of a solid fat melts. और obviously ये जो solid fats हैं they may be present in the form of butter or ghee. Cis and trans configuration. Cis और trans configuration जो है उनमें difference है substituent group का. आप देख सकते हैं कि जो cis configuration है उसमें जो कार्बन एटम के साथ जो रेड हाईलाइटेड हाइड्रोजन atoms हैं they are on same side of the chain, right? While in trans configuration they are on either sides of the chain. और इसी जो है configuration change होने की वजह से इनके जो melting points हैं उनमें difference है. cis का जो melting point है वो कम है और जो trans का melting point है वो ज़्यादा है. Structure of fats in foods. The fats can be classified on the basis of number of fatty acids esterified to a glycerol molecule. What are they? Monoglyceride, in which the lipid consists of one fatty acid esterified to one of the hydroxyl group of glycerol. The fatty acid may be on one of the terminal carbon atoms or on the center one. So its chemical name is monoacyl glyceride. You can see here the structure, glycerol and fatty acids. Altogether, it forms monoglycerides. While the diglycerides are the simple fats that contains two fatty acids esterified to glycerol. They are also called as diacyl glycerides. ठीक है, इसमें दो fatty acids होते हैं to form a ester. While triglycerides are the simple fats that contain three fatty acids esterified to glycerol. This is the maximum number of fatty acids that can exist in a compound. They are also called as triacyl glycerides. Here you can see the structure of these three glycerides: mono, di, and tri. With the name, you can see in mono there is one fatty acid, in diglyceride there are two, while in triglyceride there are three fatty acids. So the most common fatty acids in fats are palmitic acid, palmitoleic acid, stearic acid, oleic acid, and linoleic acid. And the difference between them is the double bond. Palmitic में 0 double bonds होते हैं, palmitolic में 1 double bond होता है, stearic में भी 0 होते हैं, but उसमें 18 carbons होते हैं. Oleic acid में 1 double bond होता है with 18 carbons, while in linoleic there are 2 double bonds with 18 carbons. Crystallinity of solid fats. बहुत सारे जो फैट्स हैं जिनमें पॉली अनसैचुरेटेड फैटी एसिड्स मौजूद होते हैं they are actually fluid at room temperature, means oil की फॉर्म में होते हैं. But many foods which are solid in form at refrigerator and room temperature, they are solidified because of the mixture of crystals that are present in them. The nature of the crystals does influence the usefulness of these solid fats whenever we are going to prepare the food. So when the melted fats are cool, the molecules gradually move more and more slowly. Occasionally, जो molecules एक दूसरे से linked होते हैं वो किस फोर्स से लिंक होते हैं? दैट फोर्स इज नोन टू बी एज वैन डेर वाल्स फोर्सेस। और फिर उनमें जो है वो क्रिस्टल्स फॉर्म होना शुरू हो जाते हैं, राइट? सो when we talk about the form of crystals that may form in FATS, they are of four types, which is alpha crystal, beta prime crystals, intermediate crystals, and beta crystals. The first form is extremely fine and unstable form of fat crystals, while the beta prime is the very fine and reasonably stable crystals, while the intermediate crystals are slightly coarse fat crystals that form beta crystals, melt and recrystallizes, while the beta crystals are extremely coarse and undesirable fat crystals.